She isn't who she says she is. That is when I realized the truth. I was standing at the door, listening to my father's words. My wife, Lynn, was in the living room, chatting with my family as if nothing was wrong. But my father's words made me question everything. I thought back to our wedding day, how happy we were, how in love. But now, I wasn't so sure. My father's eyes were serious, his voice low. "Caitlin, you need to know the truth about Lynn," he said. I felt a knot in my stomach, a sense of unease. What was my father talking about? What secrets was Lynn hiding? I took a deep breath and walked into the living room, my heart racing with anticipation. Lynn looked up at me, a smile on her face, but I could see the guilt in her eyes. I knew something was wrong, but I had no idea what. I met Lynn at a coffee shop in the city. She was beautiful, with long black hair and piercing brown eyes. We talked for hours, and I was smitten. We got married a year later, and everything seemed perfect. We had a beautiful home, a loving family, and a great social life. But as time went on, I started to notice little things. Lynn would get mysterious phone calls, and she would always excuse herself to answer them. She would also go out with her friends, but when I asked her about it, she would just say they were having a girls' night out. I brushed it off as nothing, but the seed of doubt was planted. One day, I came home from work early and found Lynn in our bedroom, packing a suitcase. "Where are you going?" I asked her. "Just a weekend getaway with the girls," she replied. But I saw a text message on her phone, from a number I didn't recognize. "Can't wait to see you tonight," it said. My heart sank, and I felt a wave of anger wash over me. Who was this person, and what was going on? I tried to stay calm, but inside, I was seething. I decided to confront Lynn, but she just denied everything. "You're being paranoid," she said. But I knew what I saw, and I knew what I felt. Something was wrong, and I was determined to find out what it was. I started to investigate Lynn's activities, trying to uncover the truth. I followed her one night, watching from a distance, as she met a man at a hotel. I felt a pang of jealousy and anger, but I kept my cool. I took a photo of the man's license plate and decided to look him up. It turned out he was Lynn's ex-boyfriend, someone she had told me she hadn't seen in years. I felt betrayed, and my mind was racing with questions. Why was she lying to me? What else was she hiding? I confronted Lynn again, but she just broke down in tears, saying she was sorry and that it was all a mistake. I didn't know what to believe, but I knew I had to get to the bottom of things. I hired a private investigator to dig up more information, and what he found shocked me. Lynn was not who she said she was. She had a fake identity, a fake past, and a whole other life that I knew nothing about. I felt like my whole world was turned upside down. Who was I married to? And what did she want from me? I was determined to find out, no matter what it took. I confronted Lynn with the evidence, and she finally broke down and told me the truth. She had been in a witness protection program, and her ex-boyfriend was a dangerous man who had been trying to find her. She had lied to me to protect me, to keep me safe. But I was angry, and I felt betrayed. Why had she lied to me for so long? Why had she put me in danger? I didn't know if I could ever trust her again. But as I looked into her eyes, I saw the fear and the desperation. I saw a woman who was trying to survive, who was trying to protect herself and the people she loved. And I realized that I had a choice to make. I could walk away, or I could try to work through this together. I decided to stay, to try to rebuild our relationship, and to help Lynn overcome her past. It wouldn't be easy, but I loved her, and I was willing to fight for us. As we hugged, I knew that our journey was just beginning. We would face challenges and obstacles, but we would face them together. And I was determined to make our marriage work, no matter what it took. It's been a year since we started working on our relationship. It's been a tough journey, but we've made it through. We've learned to communicate, to trust each other, and to forgive. We've learned that marriage is a journey, not a destination. And we've learned that love can conquer all, even the darkest of secrets. I'm grateful for my father's words, for the wake-up call that made me realize what was going on. I'm grateful for the private investigator, for the truth that he uncovered. And I'm grateful for Lynn, for her strength and her courage. We are not perfect, but we are perfect for each other. And I know that our love will last a lifetime. The experience taught me a valuable lesson, that trust is the foundation of any relationship, and that communication is key to overcoming any obstacle. I hope that our story can inspire others to work through their own challenges, and to never give up on love.